Hello, my name is Victoria Caughman, and this is my artist presentation. So what I will be going over is an introduction of myself, my inspirations, the concepts I use within my work, the process I have with my work, the artworks that I've done, and the future of what I want to be as an artist. My name is Victoria Kaufman. I'm an artist and an illustrator. I was born in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, and raised in Houston, Texas. The main medium I focus on is digital illustration. I also enjoy venturing out and exploring what other mediums have to offer, such as sculpture, painting, and animation. And I am always open to exploring new mediums within my works. Within these mediums, my style usually takes more of an illustrative nature with bold line work and colors. My main inspiration tends to come from graphic novels and cartoons, two things that inspired me to pursue art growing up. These inspirations have also led to an influence on my style as it takes more of an anime and cartoonish nature within my works. And so whenever I create work, it tends to reflect that. Alongside this, I grew up with a lot of influence from the internet. So the subject matter of my work tends to revolve around ideas that are typically perpetuated within in online spaces. I plan to balance my art feature between my illustrative style for art markets and vending and creating more commercial works based on already existing media and more professional and original works for galleries and residencies. I've divided my inspirations between more my gallery works and more vending works. So two of the inspirations that I have for the artwork I plan to make for art markets and whatnot are Milky Tomatoes, who creates a wide variety of merchandise from bracelets to prints to stickers to apparel to all kinds of things. And I love their use of color and their line work, and it's very playful. And I aspire to be like them, especially considering how close in age we are. Another artist that I take inspiration from in terms of vending is Snow Lattes, as their designs are very unique compared to other merchandise um, that we see within the space. And they also tend to use um, motifs and symbolism that I enjoy to use within my original works as well, such as anatomy and religious imagery, as we can see here within the example. For more of my gallery and my personal works, Alphonse Mucha has been a big inspiration in terms of composition, and especially considering they're one of the classics, I would say. Their compositions tend to lean towards more of an illustrative style that you see more commonly within artworks nowadays, and I aspire to have that level of detail within my work. And a contemporary artist that is working nowadays that I take inspiration from is Rachel Rawson. She combines a lot of her um, like online motifs that I tend to use into her work as well, and uses new media thing or new media mediums to um, innovate the gallery space, such as with projection and AR technology. The concepts and ideas that I'm drawn to in my work tend to lean towards ideas inspired and highlighted by internet culture, as I had stated before. Ideas such as divine machinery, biblically accurate angels, and biology are just some things I touch upon within my work and inspire me to create. I grew up on the internet, so I've been exposed to how online spaces work these conventional ideas and want to bring creativity into and expose a wider audience to them. So people who don't tend to know about these ideas that we see within these online spaces, I aim to introduce them to these ideas within my work, hoping to bridge the gap between the gallery and like internet culture. My project roadmap, so how my process is first I usually find inspiration from online spaces, as I had said before, whether it be a type of medium that I use or the idea that I get from it, such as defined machinery. If a specific image really speaks to me, that gets me into starting to create. And so my next step is to obtain the supplies I need. As I said before, if a specific process is what inspires me, then I might need to buy new materials to make it with, such as maybe painting on wood, painting on foam, sculpture. I'm always open to exploring new mediums, and so I'm always open to buying new mediums as well. Step three would be creating the sketches for what I plan to do to begin. Um, whether it's animation or sculpture, sketches are always very important, and I always take that step. Step four is actually getting to work on the thing that I plan to do. Um, whether it's creating a digital illustration or making a physical work, um, that's the part of the process. And my goal at the end derives a little bit depending on the type of work it's for. So if it's for a gallery or residency or my portfolio, then simply finalizing it, creating, signing off on it, and figuring out the point in which it is done is when I finalize it. And if it's more for my vending purposes, then after my finalization of completing the work, is figuring out the production. So whether I outsource it to make stickers or charms or getting multiple prints to begin to sell them, that would be the end goal for that. Um, so for my artwork, I found it easier to share my portfolios instead. So for my gallery works and my market works, I've separated them into two different portfolios. So I'll begin with my gallery work that feels more suited for gallery presentation, the type of portfolio I would submit for shows, residencies, and opportunities. So within this portfolio, I've have mostly work that I've completed recently. Um, this is a 6 minute long animation with manipulated video in the background, that is inspired by religious imagery and how we consider both technology and biology holy and the difference between that. Um, my most of my works as of now are taken within this theme of connecting biology, technology, and religion, and how those are similar and how they differ and how they've interconnected with each other within our contemporary age. So as I go on, that will be the main concepts of my work within this portfolio. Fine Penance here is a 6 minute and 16-second digital animation with Ave Maria playing in the background, presented on a CRT TV. A Rot Within All is a digital fanzine or zine that I've made that highlights how within any of my three components of my concept, there's always a source of rot and decay within them that they will meet. And these are zines that within the gallery space will be able to be taken, um, presented in a cassette box, as the original is painted on and presented on a cassette tape. Linked Profit is an installation that I had done over the summer uh, across San Antonio, where I put up posters inviting people to interact with an Instagram account and answer a variety of questions and hope to see interaction with people with these bizarre questions that they might have never seen before. May Our Ears Listen to the Silence Together is a installation where headphone wires with prayers from various world religions have been played through them, are connected through a web and um, installed on the corner of a wall. And there is also a playlist with the um, prayers that have been played through them presented alongside it. Sin Eater is an altered keyboard with the word Sin Eater altered in the middle, meant to show how we put into the internet what um, our deepest desires, especially when hiding behind a screen, things that we usually wouldn't say or do out loud um, are transferred into an online space. And because of anonymity, we are completely fine with saying those kinds of things and presenting them onto our online persona. Immortal Jellyfish is taking this biological creature. Um, the immortal jellyfish is an actual creature who cannot die, and putting them in the limelight of this religious imagery with the gold leaf and more of illustrative nature. And as I go on, plenty of my other works also represent these themes and are highlighted within. As for my vending works, this is the portfolio I use for them. They are artworks that feel more marketable. I plan to turn these into stickers, prints, charms, and more to sell at conventions and markets such as Comic-Cons or other vending spaces that I find the opportunity to. So these are illustrations that I plan to use for them that I see many fandoms for, and I try to have more vibrant colors comparative to my gallery works, as can be presented here. And then I also have merchandise work that I can turn into stickers and charms, more of a stylized version, smaller, that is more consumable and can be easily transferred into a sticker acrylic format. The future of what I would like to do with my art is I aim to be on the search within terms of the gallery space as a gallery artist. I plan to look for more opportunities and attend more events such as First Friday to get my name out there and build connections within the community. I've already started as I've been looking at open calls within San Antonio, and I've applied and found some other open calls for such as this opportunity for First Friday that I'm in at Brick. I plan to upkeep and further this practice in the future and to build upon my CV after graduation. As a commercial artist, while I haven't opened an online shop or applied to any markets yet, I have begun to make merchandise and that aligns with the types of vending opportunities I'd like to sell at, as we have seen, and have produced smaller prints and buttons for them as well. So I do have some physical merch, but I have not made any efforts to begin selling them quite yet. My next step is to figure out how I want to go about producing stickers before I begin to apply, as those are one of the biggest markets within vending, as I've seen, and then expand my merchandise selection as well as the media I'm making it for as I further on my practice with as a commercial artist. Thank you for your time.